Hey y'all, it's your girl. I'm back, y'all. I ain't got much to do because I'm waiting because my husband had to have a little knee outpatient surgery. So your girl is just hanging out and I want to have a little conversation, y'all. I was watching Benny Johnson the other day and he had this young black couple on that were just sharing what inspired them to become supporters of Donald Trump. And so I thought, hey, I would like to share this with my audience because you all know how I feel. I feel like no matter the flaws that you see with Donald Trump, he has been chosen and selected and appointed for a time such as this. And we all understand that we do not war against flesh and blood. There is left and right, there is up and down, there is good versus evil, light versus dark. We always have a choice, you all. God is a God of free will, but we have to make sure that we allow him to order our steps and open our eyes of understanding so that we can see which way to go. What should we choose? And I love that so many young people, especially African Americans, they are waking up. But not only are they being red pill, you all, they are opening up to Christ Jesus and understanding that this is not a war just between flesh and blood, but this thing is so spiritual, you all. You gotta see it. Don't you understand? This whole election for the last 4 years, our country, our nation, before that, don't you understand? That is always going to be spiritual. It is always light versus dark, but you have got to choose. And some people think it's a choice between the lesser of two evils. No, 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 no. God always gives us an escape, a way out, but we have to be wise enough to understand who it is that he is using in each season so that we can vote accordingly, okay? And just so you all know, I am not registered as a Republican. I have always been independent, you all, because it gives me the option to be able to decide. Now, I'm not going to vote Democrat because there's some things I will never agree with, okay? And I'll never say never, right? Because well, then God can arise somebody that will speak to his heart, and it may happen to be on the blue side. I don't know. All I can say is my ways and the things that I am aligned to according to my belief system does not align with the Democratic Party. You know, I am pro-life. I am about the ways of God as far as his institutions of marriage. There are many things that I just can never find myself aligned with the Democratic Party. But that's not me coming against anybody that chooses that side. This is for me personally. This is what I'm convicted of, right? We all have our own personal convictions. So don't take that personal if you happen to be a Democrat, right? I just say always, pray about it and allow the Lord to order your steps. Look at the policies that they are aligned with and do those policies come up against the belief system that you honor because you are a believer in the Most High. These are things you have to ask for yourself. And I don't want to get off into this long, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go there, but we're going to take a listen to why this young couple has decided that they are supporting Donald Trump and they don't care who sees and who knows. Check them out.
I do wonder, like, what is it that inspired you to do this? Because again, like taking a step back, I don't care what state you're in. There's crazy people everywhere, and the MAGA hat's triggering. People go nuts. And what is it that inspired you to be so brave in such a blue area to wear your MAGA hat?
Christ.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was one thing to get red pill, and we were like, "Oh my goodness!" Then we got Christ pill. It was like, "Oh, it's levels to this stuff." Like they're mad about the hat on the surface, but really they're mad about what the hat represents. That's when you understand it's spiritual, and just knowing that, it's like you can't hurt me. You don't even know what you're doing. It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, Christ gave us the strength.
Can you unpack that for me? Because that's unbelievable. That's such a powerful answer. What is it about the hat that sort of speaks to your faith and speaks to your deeper relationship with Christ?
Well, it's politics is downstream from culture, which is downstream from religion. So it's all intertwined in the sense that, they associated America with being racist, white supremacy, white people are bad. They stole people from Africa, all this stuff, which aren't really necessarily true. And they attached it all to Christianity. These were Christians that did it. These were Christians that abducted people. These were Christians that destroyed these towns, the white evangelical Christian. And, a lot of the white Christians are conservative. So when you attack conservatives, you're attacking the Christians as well. But it's really like on the surface, it's conservatives, but on the spiritual level, they're attacking the Christians.
And I think that you have to really be numb to not feel a heightened spiritual energy in the country right now.
You're dead.
Yes,
you're dead.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's you would have but you can feel it. You can't. People who have any type of like sensitivity to this stuff is like people are getting Christ pilled all the time. Joe Rogan straight up said we need Jesus. He's like an atheist.
Yep.
And he's saying if we need Jesus on the most powerful podcast in the world.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable. Tucker Carlson, a lot of people like having this spiritual awakening, Russell Brand, and speaking out against demonic forces. This is happening. Cat Williams is one of the people who's like come forward and like speaking out against demonic forces in our culture and evil in our culture. I really believe in that stuff. That's really fascinating.
Evil right now is so apparent. Like it's so evil to where how can you look at this and be like, I'm okay with this? There's no way a sane person can think that castrating kids is a good idea. There's no sane person.
No.
Yep.
I mean, it's absolutely on its face immoral. But again,
so I hope that you all enjoyed hearing this young couple's response to why they are choosing to vote for Donald Trump in 2024. And for those of you who say that Donald Trump doesn't have the character, or you look at his mistakes, I want to remind you that God's ways are not ours. And I bid you to really pray, fast, seek the Father's understanding in who Donald Trump is, because it takes spiritual eyes to see. And I want to tell you, when you've got all of hell, all of the establishments coming after one individual, you better start asking some questions, because when everybody's going one way, when you've got all of Hollywood and all of these people telling you to vote blue, they oppose the will of God, and then you have everybody coming against this one man. You better start thinking and asking some questions. But most importantly, what I had to do in 2015, 2016, the Lord had me pray, and I was astounded when he showed me who Donald Trump was and how he was using him. And I had to align my ways and my understanding to the Most High. And I prayed that God would give me eyes and a heart to see Donald Trump how he saw him. And it changed the game for me. So many people say, how are you so adamantly? How are you you're always, standing up for Donald Trump, praying for Donald Trump. You're always speaking out for Donald Trump, because I know that he is a chosen one. And when God is for you, baby, I'm for you too. If God is riding hard for you, I'm riding hard for you, because at the end of the day, I am on the Lord's side. And I want you to really think, King David was a man after God's own heart, but he was not perfect. He sent a woman's husband because he wanted to be with her, Bathsheba. He slept with one of his mighty men's wives, sent him to the front line of battle. He was murdered. He had a baby out of wedlock with this woman in an adulterous affair. But yet God still chose to use him. Be very careful who you decide is not of God, who doesn't have a heart of God, because he doesn't look as holy as you would want him to look. Because we don't know when a man has repented. We don't know when a man has shifted and changed his ways. There were many people that picked up their stones because of rumors, because of gossip, and they wanted to take the head of David off. But David said, let them be. Maybe God will use this situation to bring a blessing for me. And Donald Trump will be blessed in this season, no matter how hard they go after him, no matter how many ways they try to entrap and snare him. He is coming out of the lion's den. This is 2024, the year of righteousness, the era of truth. We are ruling and reigning, you all. And I just want to tell you, the gig is up. I love you all to life. Bye.